Have you heard that some people spend thousands of dollars on the ultimate once-in-a-lifetime luxury cruise, only to spend 4 out of their 7 vacation days quarantined in a tiny cabin with a miserable stomach bug staring at the ceiling while their families explore paradise? That is the ultimate vacation nightmare that I will help you avoid. After 40 years working as a registered nurse, I can confidently tell you that cruise ships are beautiful floating resorts, but they are also floating petri dishes. But here is the secret: you do not have to get sick. Today, I am exposing the 5 most surprising places germs are hiding on your ship and giving you my secrets to beating them.
Living the right life, set sail, feel the light. Cruising in the sunrise, heart steering right. Retirement on the ocean, loving every view. Family on the wave, sip sail, repeat anew. Living the right life.
Welcome back to Living the Right Life, the channel where I combine my 4 decades of nursing experience with the joy of traveling and cruising. I am so glad you're here. We talk a lot about staying healthy on this channel, but today we are tackling public enemy number 1 on the high seas: germs. Now, I do not want to scare you or turn you into an anxious germaphobe. The reality is that cruise lines actually do a fantastic job of cleaning and sanitizing. But when you put 4,000 or 5,000 people from all over the world into one enclosed environment, germs are inevitably going to share the same vacation you are. By the end of this video, you will know exactly where the highest concentrations of bacteria and viruses lurk, why your trusty hand sanitizer might be completely useless against some of them, and exactly what nursing hacks you can use to keep yourself fully protected. Let's dive right in. Let's start with the most obvious place where everyone on the ship gathers at least once a day: the cruise ship buffet. You are probably watching this thinking, I already know the buffet is full of germs. That isn't surprising. But I am not talking about the food under the sneeze guards. I am talking about the serving tongs. Think about this from a medical perspective. In a single 2-hour lunch service, those metal tongs are picked up by hundreds of different hands. Hands that just pushed elevator buttons, held stair handrails, wiped sweaty foreheads, or perhaps even covered a cough. Many cruise ships encourage hand washing before entering the buffet. However, many people walk right past the washi-washi team. One of the most terrifying cruise ship illnesses is the infamous norovirus. Norovirus is a highly contagious virus that causes severe gastrointestinal distress. We are talking aggressive vomiting and diarrhea. It is the bug that causes entire ships to go into full lockdown mode. Here is the massive nursing fact that most cruisers don't know. Standard alcohol-based hand sanitizers do absolutely nothing to kill norovirus. Let me repeat that because it is crucial. Hand sanitizer does not kill norovirus. The virus has a tough protective protein shell called a viral capsid that alcohol simply cannot break through. So, if a friendly crew member squirts a dollop of sanitizer on your hands at the entrance of the buffet and sings "washi washi," that is fantastic for killing standard bacteria like E. coli or the common cold. But the moment you walk in and pick up the serving tongs to grab your salad, if the person who touched them 5 minutes before you had norovirus, you now have active norovirus particles on your hands. If you then grab a dinner roll with your bare hands and eat it, you have just directly infected yourself. How do we beat this? My nurse-approved hack is mechanical friction. Yep, the real washi-washi. Go to the actual hand-washing station located in the buffet and use hot water and soap. The mechanical friction of rubbing your hands with soap literally traps the virus particles and washes them safely down the drain. Always wash your hands after you have filled your plate, right before you sit down to eat. Alternatively, use a clean paper napkin to hold the tongs, or better yet, let the crew members serve you at the carving stations. Stay until the end of this video to find out a sneaky place where germs hide that almost no one thinks about. Your cruise cabin is supposed to be your sanctuary. The housekeepers on cruise ships are incredible, hardworking individuals, but the reality of their job is that they have to turn over dozens of rooms in a very short amount of time, especially on turnaround day. They are focused on the big tasks: changing the sheets, scrubbing the toilets, wiping the mirrors, and vacuuming the floors. The objects that frequently get skipped in the quick wipe down process are the TV remote control and the cabin telephone. Clinical studies in hospitals and hotels have repeatedly shown that TV remotes are often the single most contaminated item in any room. They have tiny rubber buttons with deep crevices that are nearly impossible to quickly wipe clean with a rag. Think about it. Previous guests have eaten sticky room service in bed, sneezed, and coughed into their hands while channel surfing late at night. Viruses can live on hard plastic surfaces for days. The cabin phone is another major culprit, specifically the mouthpiece, which catches aerosolized droplets from the previous occupant's breath every time they call down to guest or room service. How do we beat this? First, you need to bring a sealed pack of medical-grade antibacterial wipes. Not just baby wipes or wet wipes, but wipes that specifically state on the label that they kill viruses. The very first thing I do when I walk into my stateroom, before I even unpack my suitcase or check out the balcony, is take a wipe and aggressively clean the remote, the phone, the door handles, and the light switches. But for the remote, I use what I call the Ziploc hack. I always pack a few clear quart-sized Ziploc bags in my luggage. When I get to the room, I drop the TV remote right into the clear bag and seal it tight. The infrared signal from the remote still works perfectly through the clear plastic. You can change the channels all week long without ever actually touching the contaminated device. When the cruise is over, you just throw the bag away. It is the ultimate nurse-approved peace of mind. Modern megaships are absolute floating cities. They have 15, 16, sometimes 20 decks. That means almost everyone on board is using the elevators constantly. Elevator buttons are high-touch, high-traffic surfaces that see thousands of unwashed fingers every single day. Furthermore, elevators are enclosed, poorly ventilated boxes. A sneeze can travel up to 26 feet and stay suspended in the air for minutes. If someone coughs or sneezes in an elevator, those respiratory droplets settle directly onto the walls, the handrails, and the buttons. Here is the human psychology aspect of it. We instinctively use our index finger to press the button for our deck. Then, 5 minutes later, we use that exact same index finger to rub our tired eyes, scratch an itch on our nose, or pick something out of our teeth. In the nursing field, we call your eyes, nose, and mouth the portals of entry. They are the direct, unblocked highways for germs to enter your bloodstream and your respiratory system. To beat this, you must consciously retrain your brain. First, I highly recommend taking the stairs whenever possible. It's a great way to burn off those heavy buffet calories, keep your joints lubricated, and avoid the enclosed air of the elevator shaft. But if you must use the elevator or you have mobility issues, employ the knuckle hack. Simply bend your finger and use the hard outer knuckle of your index or middle finger to press the button. You are far less likely to rub your eyes or your mouth with the back of a knuckle. Even better, use a physical barrier. I always keep a fresh tissue in my pocket. Use the tissue to press the button and then throw the tissue away in the nearest trash can. If you do accidentally touch the buttons with your fingertips, make a mental note to keep your hands strictly away from your face until you have washed them. The casino is a thrilling part of the cruise experience for many passengers, but it is an absolute nightmare for infection control. Why? Because you are dealing with 3 dangerous elements: money, communal chips, and highly repetitive touch. Let's talk about the slot machines first. Players sit at these machines for hours at a time, repeatedly hitting the exact same plastic spin button. They are drinking cocktails, they are eating greasy bar snacks, they are talking loudly, and they are rarely washing their hands between spins. But the table games are even worse. Casino chips are exchanged continuously between hundreds of people. The clay and plastic composite of a poker chip is actually slightly porous, making it a great surface for bacteria to cling to. They are practically never washed or sanitized by the cruise line. People hold them, sneeze on them, spill sugary drinks on them, and pass them right back to the dealer, who then passes them directly to you. Moreover, casinos are one of the very few public places left on some ships where indoor smoking is still allowed. This means the air ventilation system is circulating secondhand smoke, along with any airborne pathogens, in a highly concentrated area. The smoke irritates the delicate mucous membranes in your nose and throat. actually making you more susceptible to catching a respiratory virus. If you are going to spend your evening rolling the dice in the casino, you need to treat it like a medical hazard zone. Keep your hands away from your face at all times. Absolutely do not eat finger foods or bar snacks while you are playing. If you order a drink, ensure it has a straw so you aren't putting your lips on a glass that your dirty chip-handling hands just touched. The moment you decide to cash out and leave the casino, your very first stop should be the nearest public restroom. Wash your hands thoroughly with warm water and soap for at least 20 seconds before you do anything else. Avoid reaching in your bag, pockets, or touching your phone until you have washed your hands. This last one usually shocks people the most. You get dressed up in your formal wear, head down to the magnificent main dining room, and sit at a beautifully set table with crisp, clean white linens. Everything looks immaculate. The glasses are sparkling, but right there in the middle of the table are the salt and pepper shakers. Think about the incredibly fast turnover between the early dining seating and the late dining seating. The waiters are rushing frantically to clear dirty plates, change the tablecloths, and set out new silverware before the doors open again. Do you know what rarely gets sanitized between seatings? The salt and pepper shakers, the sugar packets for your coffee, and the little tabletop drink menus. Think about the sequence of events. Someone at the first seating covers a sneeze with their hand, then grabs the salt shaker to season their prime rib. 1 hour later, you sit down, your beautiful meal arrives, and you grab that exact same salt shaker. It is a direct line of bacterial transmission sitting right next to your gourmet meal. How do we beat this? First, remember that the food on cruise ships is usually incredibly well seasoned by professional chefs. You likely do not need the extra salt, but if you do, here is my sneaky nurse trick. Carry individual, travel-sized packets of salt and pepper in your evening bag or your suit pocket. It sounds a little extreme, but as a nurse, I have seen too many expensive vacations ruined by these minor oversights. If you absolutely must use the table's shakers, use a napkin to hold them. You can also use your trusty alcohol hand sanitizer after you have seasoned your food, but before you pick up your clean fork to eat. Before we wrap up, I want to put my nursing cap on for one final crucial piece of advice. We have talked extensively about avoiding germs on the outside, but your absolute best defense is what happens on the inside. I am talking about your immune system. When you travel, your body is under an immense amount of physical stress. You are crossing time zones, sleeping in a strange bed, eating richer foods, drinking more alcohol, and exposing yourself to thousands of new people. This travel stress triggers a rise in a hormone called cortisol, which actively suppresses your immune function and decreases your white blood cell count. You can wipe down every surface on the ship with bleach, but if your immune system is tanked, you are going to catch something. To keep your internal defenses high, you need to prioritize 3 things: sleep, hydration, and vitamins. Do not stay out at the nightclub until 3 a.m. every single night. Your body does its deepest cellular repair and lymphatic drainage during REM sleep, so aim for at least 7 to 8 hours a night. Drink plenty of water to flush toxins out of your kidneys, and bring a high-quality vitamin C and zinc supplement from home to take every single morning with breakfast. A strong, fortified immune system will quietly fight off those microscopic invaders before you even know they are there. Thank you so much for watching and for letting me be your personal wellness guide today. Remember, staying healthy is the ultimate vacation upgrade. Wash your hands, get some rest, and keep living the right life. See you out on the deck. If these deep dive nursing tips helped you feel more prepared and less panicked about your upcoming cruise, please hit that like button and subscribe to Living the Right Life. It helps my channel grow and allows me to keep sharing my years of nursing experience with you. Now, I want to hear from you. Drop a comment below and tell me, what is the very first thing you wipe down when you enter a hotel room or a cruise cabin? Let's share some travel hacks in the comments. Make sure you hit the bell icon, because in my next video, we are tackling a massive topic, the Cruise Buffet Survival Guide, where I will show you how to eat what you want without the guilt or the blood sugar crash.